In today's video, I'm going to be working on Valentine cards. I'm going to be making a background with this blank calendar and using those pieces that I cut up out of this page as the basis for making some postcard Valentines. So I have this blank calendar. I bought it on clearance from the FedEx Kinko's copy place, and I had the idea of using it as a drop sheet that I could peel off the covers or peel off the layers, and if I make a mess on them, that I can just tear them off and, you know, throw them away. But then I started to look at these squares and I thought, I wonder if I could do something with these and cut them out and then use them in a collage with some color. So in addition to this calendar, I have some stencils. I have the idea that I want to stick with the numbers theme. And I have some background rubber stamps. With the stencils, I'm going to use some acrylic paints, and I have a stippling brush. I also have some papers that it will kind of paste down as well. So I will just put things down in layers and see how it goes from there. Before I start, I wanted to cover up some of these numbers so they're not quite so stark. So what I did was I used some gesso to just go over the numbers, and you can still read the numbers, so I don't really mind that. I just didn't want them to be quite so prominent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some background rubber stamping. So I'm just putting everything down randomly. Right now I don't have a big plan. I just want to get marks down on the page. I think before I put more rubber stamping down, I'd better put down my papers. So let's do these next. So again, these are going to be random. Maybe I like this one because it's got numbers on it too. Okay, and this is kind of big, so I do want it a little bit smaller. And I can always tear as I'm going along. So I've got just a plain old glue stick, nothing fancy. So now I will just put pieces down. And I'm not being very careful with how I glue. If something is still popping up, I can go back and fix it later. Right now, I just kind of want to place things. And then I'll see after how it looks. Eventually, I am going to cut along these lines. So I am looking to see if I can place these papers on more than one square at a time. Just by chance, I see that I'm covering up a lot of the numbers anyway. I guess I didn't even need to bother with the gesso. but that's okay. So there are my pieces. Now I will go again with some rubber stamping, and I have this one that I want to use with red. With this round one, I think I'm going to go with black. And I forgot that I've got this washi tape. Let me use a little bit of it. I don't want anything that's got blue on it. So I'm going to tear this off. But with the text, there's some text on here that looks kind of neat, kind of interesting. It's got red. So this, for example, I can use. All right, now I'll go with this. Now I'm kind of leaving the edges blank. I'm not worrying too much because I'm more focused on what's happening right in the middle. I already know that I'm not going to use every single one of these squares. So I'm going to be able to pick and choose which are the most interesting ones to me. So next is going to be the stenciling. So I'm going to go with the most neutral first. So I think I'm going to do this with this. Then I'm going to do this with the pink. And then this at the very end is going to be in a red. So let's start with this. I have this stippling brush. So that is what I'm going to be using. And this is just an ordinary top from a yogurt. So that's what I'm going to use. I also have some napkins if I make a mess. So let's see. Just start somewhere just to see what it looks like. And if it spreads too much, then I'll just wipe it off. Looks like I had too much ink, too much acrylic paint on my brush. So we'll try again. Okay, let's try again. Let's try right here. That's better, much better. Okay, good. Okay, next I want to do pink. I like these kind of bursts, star bursts. It's hard to tell which direction. I think it goes that way. So that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with the pink, the amount of pink that's on there. So that one is done. Now comes the red, and this is going to be really bright. These stencils, honestly, I don't remember where I got them from. I don't remember. I think they were Finnabar, but I'm not sure. and I don't think I'm able to look up where I got them from because I think I got them secondhand. So unfortunately, I don't have information to share with you. Okay, so I am going to, I like this curve right here. So I think that's what I'm going to put down. I hope it's not going to be too much. Let's see. Okay, let's try. Let's start in one corner. Ooh, that's bright. That is so bright. But is that okay? Is that too much? Let me take off some of the paint on the back. I kind of like it so bright, but it can be a bit much. There's less paint on the brush now, so it shouldn't quite be so bold. Let's see. That's better. I'm being very precise about how I'm putting these down. I guess doesn't matter. I mean, I could go sideways, but once I kind of start with a system, it's hard for me to change my pattern. So I'm just going to continue. Okay, my background is complete. I don't know quite what it's going to be yet. I just have a bunch of marks with a bunch of colors. So next it's going to be to cut these all up into squares. So now what I want to do is I want to look through these really quick. Some of them are going to be really outstanding and some are going to be just like, okay. This one, for example, this one's neat because it actually has the arrows that go up and down. So I really like that one a lot. This one's interesting because it's got a lot of red in it. And actually this one's okay too. So far I really like this a lot and these two are fine. This one's really interesting because it's got that starburst right in the middle. This one's interesting too. This one's good. This one's good. This one not so good because it's got a lot of white space on the top, so I'm going to leave that there. This one looks good. This one looks good. Like this one. This one's got too much white space. This one has too much red kind of, yeah, that's crazy. I don't like that one. This is interesting. This one's got too much white space at the top. I'm going to say no. And this is good. So the ones that I love, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. 10 of them. I can use these for 10 Valentine cards. And then I will keep them in order. So these are the ones I like best, then these ones, and then these ones at the end. So I've got a lot of these, and I could actually even do 2. Depending on what I want to do, I can do 2 in one collage, maybe. Something like that. So we will see. We will see. Okay, so this is the first part. I'm going to go clean myself up and then bring back some 4x6 cardstock that I want to use as a base for the postcards, as well as some background pieces that I want to collage with to create my Valentine cards. All right, so I'm back with some file folders that I cut down into 4x6 rectangles the size of a postcard. And I also have my pieces here. I was looking for things that I could use to collage, and I started looking through my postage stamps, of course, and I was looking for things that were either black or red or white. These are some of the examples I came up with. Now, I kind of have a numbers thing going. I have a little bit with architectural design, using this as part of my background. I have got some curves and some arches with, you know, together with the numbers. So I really like the idea of doing something like architecture. So a building is interesting, and, you know, something like a black stamp goes really nicely. So that, in comparison to, say, a red rose for Valentine's Day. Now, it doesn't look bad, but it's just a different vibe, and I wanted to stay away from kind of hearts and flowers. So I might incorporate a heart, but if I did, it would be using a different kind of paper or background with the, you know, heart-shaped paper. So I really, as I mentioned, I really like the architecture. So this is good, this is good, and this one, this is too much. This doesn't go. I don't think that goes very well. And then these are just, they're just too ornate. They just have a lot going on. They're beautiful. They're beautiful stamps, but they're just too busy. So I don't want there to be a competition between the stamp and this. I want the stamp to kind of add to this. So I'm gonna stay away from those, stay away from that, this. And this has got blue in it, so I would rather not add an additional color to my palette. This one's okay, but these are better, so I'm gonna stick with these. And looking through my stamps, I have more. I've got these, and I have more of these architecture stamps. So I have quite a lot. I can use plenty of these. Okay, so I will set those aside. In addition, I went and I looked through my washi tape. I found this. It's got some numbers on it and it's red. I could go back and use this again if I wanted to. I have this, which has got some text and some numbers on it. I have a rubber stamp with these numbers on it. This will also work, right? So let's see here. I'll move this to the side. I have my postcards, and I want to start adding some color. So if I have this and I have this, I want to add a little bit more red color. So I have these brilliant water crayons, and this is red. What's cool about these is that if you use a brush with water, it really, you know, makes something interesting. So let me just get a background here so that when I start with water, it doesn't make too much of a mess. So I'm just gonna go like this. And it doesn't need to be neat. Okay. Now I'm just taking an ordinary brush and just some water. And I don't want it too wet, but just moist, basically. And now I'm just gonna push around the pigment. Okay, that's it on here. Now I want to add some washi tape. Okay. So now I'm just going to play with the piece, try and figure out, you know, how I want to place this and what else do I want in here. I know that I want this, so I either put it on the top or the bottom. Let me put it on the top. Okay, perfect. Good. Now let me try again. Yes, that's looking good. Now I still have this spot over here. Now I want to add something red, or I also have pink that I could use something to pull out, you know, pull out the colors that are already here. So let me see about finding something that is pink. So I have this map of Vienna and it has some parts of it that are pink. And I'm pretty sure this would work. Let's see. If I do it like this, I still have this spot down here, so then I would grab something like washi tape and put it down here. I think that would be just fine. Let's see. Let's take a piece. Okay, this, and then this, and then, well, I want it to overlap just a tiny bit, and then this like this. How does that look? I like it. I like it. I think it's coming together. Let me try this. Yeah, see that, how nice that is with that black? That black looks really good. I bet you it will also work with this one. Yeah, that also looks really good like that. Okay, well, let me get these down first. So I'm just going to use ordinary glue stick for this. This is quite thick because I have all my layers. So I'm going to use double-sided tape. And then this, I really love this stamp more than this one. So I'm going to use this one. This one I can use again, just ordinary glue stick. Okay. I love it. Love it, love it. Now this, to me, I like it just like this. Now, this is a Valentine's card and it doesn't have anything with hearts or flowers on it. It just has the red and pink theme. Now I could put a heart on it. I have this punch and I could use some numbers. So if I take something like this, I could punch something out of here and just place it maybe right in this pink. I have this neutral paper and it has like this design on it. I might use this. So let me punch out some hearts. And I could put it here, for example, like this. Now it's pretty plain, so if I want, I can do some rubber stamping on it first. So this, I also have this. So many decisions. I think I'm down to these two. Okay, let's try this one. I can always do the number 2 on the next one and see if I like that any better. Okay, so let me practice first to make sure I have the inking correct. Nope. That's better, much better. Okay, so now I come back. And there we go. Okay, here's how it turned out. I like it, looks really good. I'm gonna make a bunch more and come back with a stack. Right, I am back with my samples all done. Before I show you all of them, just a reminder to hit the like button if you have found this video to be useful to you. So here we are with our 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I originally had said that I was going to try a different stamp in the heart, but I really liked the way this bug came out, so I decided to just stick with it. All right. One other thing I wanted to mention is about what do you do with the back side. So I have these stickers. They are made by Photo Postos. And what it is it's a sticker that you pull off like this. And what I do is I make sure that I've got the right side. This is the sticky side. So I position it here where it's not sticky. And then I press this down. And then I can put the rest on like this. You can also do a rubber stamping if you have, your postcard and you have a rubber stamp that says postcard. You don't need to do that. You can also take a piece of washi tape that's like appropriate colors or appropriate themes and run it across the top. Right? Then you can also just make a line with a pencil or a pen and then write your address and a little note on the other side, right? So these are 2 examples of what you can do on the back of your postcards. So I hope this inspires you to create some postcards of your own for Valentine's Day. It is so much fun to create these types of mixed media papers and then use them in collages for all kinds of projects, not just postcards, but in journals or glue books or whatever. So yeah. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you the next time.